Previous lecture videos, we have seen galvanic cells which converts chemical energy into electrical energy. Now, we have a type of galvanic cell called concentration cell that too does the same function, that is conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy. Then what is the difference? Let's first see the diagram for the concentration cell. So here you can see two half cells are there. Two half cells are there, the voltmeter, the salt bridge and the electrolyte solution. You can see that both are having the same metal electrode dipped in solution containing same metal ions. But you can notice that one of the electrolyte is having an M1 concentration, for example 0.01 concentration. M2, the other half cell is having M2 concentration with 0.1 molar concentration. So here I have taken the example of copper concentration cell. So here which will act as anode and cathode? The half cell in which the lower concentration of electrolyte is taken will act as anode, give out electrons to undergo oxidation reaction. Whereas the other half cell having electrolyte concentration more will act as the cathode electrode, gains the electrons. Now, let's see the definition for concentration cell. Concentration cell is a type of electrochemical cell that generates electrical energy at the expense of chemical energy. But it differs from the galvanic cell. A concentration cell consists of two same electrode material and the same electrolyte, but with different concentration. Now, how does that potential arises then? The potential arises due to the difference in electrolyte concentration. So, let's see the concentration cell representation. So, we know a double bar is used that represents the salt bridge. Left hand side, we are writing the anode part and the right hand side the cathode part. Here, for example, copper concentration cell, copper electrode dipped in solution containing copper ions. Anode means lower concentration. So we have taken M1 has the lower concentration. So here concentration should be mentioned. Then cathode part is copper ions having higher concentration, M2 concentration in contact with the copper electrodes. Let's see the half cell reactions at anode. Anode undergoes oxidation reaction to form Cu2 plus 2 electrons. Again, concentration has to be mentioned. This is for the example of copper. Cathode reaction, Cu2 plus ions having M2 concentration will gain the electron to form Cu. Here, no net cell reactions. At one electrode, copper atoms go into the solution, and at the other, equal number of copper atoms are deposited. We have seen the cell representation. Now, if both the concentrations are equal or having equal concentration, no flow of current will take place or EMF is found to be zero. So the cell can operate only as long as the concentration terms are different. When current is drawn from the cell, M1 increases and M2 decreases, and as a result, the EMF of the cell goes on decreasing, becomes zero, and when the two becomes equal, EMF is zero. If the concentration of the cathodic half cell is very high, that is M2 is very high, then M1 EMF is found to be positive. If the ratio, that is concentration of M2 by concentration of M1 is large, the cell potential or E cell is found to be large. Now let us see the calculation for or the derivation of cell potential equation for concentration cell. The EMF of a cell is given by the equation E cell is equal to E cathode minus E anode. We have seen Nernst equation for single electrode potential. So we will substitute E cathode and E anode. That is E cathode is E naught plus 0.0591 by N log of concentration of M2, because M2 concentration only we have taken as cathode. Similarly, E anode will be E naught plus 0.0591 by N log concentration of M1, lower concentration. Now, if you substitute in the E cell equation, we can see that the E naught term get cancelled. Hence, the final equation for E concentration cell is 0.0591 by N log of concentration of M2 by concentration of M1, or you can tell higher concentration by lower concentration, since M2 is greater than M1, or you can write concentration of cathodic species by concentration of anodic species. So this formula you have to remember and keep. You have to do some numerical problems based on this. Let us see the numerical problems. Before that, this is the concentration cell. Then this is how the flow of electron from anode to cathode is taking place and the generation of electric current. Hope you understood the theory part. Let us see the numerical problems for concentration cells. The problem question I'll read. A concentration cell is constructed by dipping copper rods in 0.001 molar and 0.1 molar copper sulfate solutions. Calculate the EMF of the cell at 298 Kelvin and write the cell reactions. Once a problem is given, you have to read it twice. Find out what are the data given. Here the concentrations are given and we have to calculate the EMF. Let me explain this. That is, first we have to write the cell representation. Then the remaining part becomes very easy for us. So here it is a concentration cell. The copper electrodes are being used. And in bracket, we have mentioned the concentration. So how to understand which will act as anode and cathode? By seeing the concentration. The lower one, the lower concentration will be acting as anode. The higher concentration will be acting as cathode. So in the cell representation, you will be mentioning that. Then the question asked is cell reactions. So at anode, oxidation reaction take place. Copper will give out 2 electrons to form Cu2 plus ions, and the concentration should be mentioned. At cathode, Cu2 plus having 0.1 concentration will gain the electrons to give copper. So now applying the concentration cell formula is equal to 0.0591 by N log of M2 by M1, where M2 is greater than M1. So if you substitute, you will get the answer as 0.0591 volt E concentration cell. Let's see one more problem where we have to calculate the valency. So let me read the problem. The concentration cell tin ion having concentration of 0.024 molar is coupled with again tin ion having concentration of 0.064 molar, develops a potential of 0.0126 volt at the standard temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Calculate the valency of the tin. Hope you understood the question. Now, since it is a problem related to concentration cell, we will apply the formula for concentration cell. The E concentration cell is equal to 0.0591 by N log concentration of M2 by concentration of M1. Then find out what you have to calculate from the question, that is N value valence you have to calculate. The data given is both the concentrations are given and the potential value is given. Applying in the formula, we will get N is equal to about 1.998, which is approximately equal to 2. So the valency of tin is 2. One more problem. Two copper rods placed in copper sulfate solution of equal concentrations are connected to form a concentration cell. Once again, I'll read. Two copper rods placed in copper sulfate solution of equal concentration are connected to form a concentration cell. What is the cell potential? That is the first part of the question. Let's see. So by substituting in the formula of concentration cell, E is equal to 0.0591 by N log concentration of M2 by M1, or higher concentration by lower concentration. Here what is told? They are of equal concentration. That means M1 is equal to M2. So the cell potential, what it will be? M1 by M2 will be 1. Log 1 is 0. Therefore, the cell potential or E cell or EMF is found to be 0. This we have seen in the previous slides. When M1 is equal to M2 concentration, then the cell potential, no current will flow. Second question is, calculate the cell potential if one of the solution is diluted to 1/5 of its original concentration. So if it is diluted, we know it, when it is diluted, it will act as anode. So let us assume that the higher concentration is 1 molar. Therefore, the diluted one will be 1/5 of that. So how to do this problem? M2 is taken as 1 molar. M1 will be 1/5 of it, that is 1/5. Substituting in the formula, E cell is equal to 0.0591 by N log M concentration of M2 by concentration of M1. Substituting it as 1 by 1/5 and solving, we'll get the final answer as 0.0206 volt.